Hello beautiful people, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am bringing you me, myself and I. So this episode will be about my story and my journey. So the way that I did it was I have been asking people on Instagram and Facebook to submit their questions since mid-April. And I also went on live on Instagram on 20th of May to do a live Q&A. So what you will see was actually filmed on the 20th of May. And yeah, so I'm sharing my story and I hope that you will find something valuable and I hope that you will enjoy it. So enjoy! Well, I am just going to start. Thank you so much for waiting and thank you so much for being here. So people will just join in later on anyways. So thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time. But I would like to say most importantly, thank you for wanting to know my story and letting me share my journey with you. Before I start telling you my story, I just want to let you know, I just want to tell you something. So there is a reason why I chose today, 20th of May, is because right about this time, I was meant to walk down the aisle to get married today. So yes, so today was meant to be a special day for me and my partner, and because of COVID we have to cancel our wedding. We're not sure what the plans are, but we are very happy with the outcome. Well, yeah, we're okay with it. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for continuing to make this day special for me. Yeah, so because today was meant to be a special day, so I decided that I want to continue to make it special. And thank you so much for being part of this. So if I was interviewing someone, I would ask them, how are they feeling today? How am I feeling right at this moment? I am feeling grateful. Grateful because I get to wake up to a beautiful view. Grateful because people that are supporting me. Grateful because I get a chance to connect with other people and share their stories. Also grateful for people being here, so thank you very much. I guess I'm also feeling very nervous. I wouldn't say very, but yeah, I am also feeling nervous because I don't know how many more people will turn up. I don't know if you're gonna ask questions that I'm not prepared for. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm feeling grateful and nervous. But anyways, hello. Since mid-April, I have gotten roughly like 20 odd questions, and the question that I get asked the most is why did I start Babylon Grey? Oh, and another question that I get asked a lot is where did I get the name? Hi, thank you for joining. So why did I start Babylon Grey? There are a few reasons why I started Babylon Grey. The number one would be because I always wanted to own my own business. I still remember in my late teens and early 20s, I buy like accessories from Taiwan, where I'm from, and then I would bring them here to Australia and sell them as a side business. So yeah, I have always known that I want to own my own business, and the main reason behind that is because I want to have my own family one day, and if I have a good business where I can have my own hours, then I can have quality time with my family. So that was a big motivation behind wanting to have your own business. And number two, I would say because I really needed a creative outlet. So when I was starting Babylon Grey, I was actually working in the corporate world, and I don't know if you have worked in a corporate environment before. Most of the companies are not amazing at looking after their staff. And also it just wasn't creative, because you know how companies, they can be so stagnant about stuff. So I just wasn't feeling creative. I wanted to do candle making, and a friend of mine, she then started her candle making business, and then I didn't want her to think that I was copying her. So, and all of a sudden, right, this soap making class came up, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I can give it a try. And since then, I never looked back. So, yeah. And then the third reason is because, well, I have always been one of those people who always check the ingredients list on what I eat and on what I put on my skin and the stuff that you use around your household. I have always been one of those people. But in saying that, I am not a saint. I would say I eat 80% clean diet and 80% natural skincare and household products and cosmetics as well. So yeah, when I started learning about soap making, obviously, you know, you get to see what you put in it and etc. And then I realized that a lot of people don't really look at the ingredients list, and that a lot of people don't understand the harmful effect that fragrance, synthetic fragrance, or like natural fragrance, like all these words actually has a lot of hidden meaning behind it, and it's actually BS. So yeah, that really got me fired up. And oh, by the way, if you have Netflix, I would recommend you watching Stink. It's a documentary, and it will definitely blow your mind. Anyways, so because a lot of people don't really look at the ingredients list, and they don't really understand the bad, harsh chemicals that are actually in a lot of products, that got me fired up, and I really want to make an amazing product that would help people, to help their health, their body, their mind, body and soul. And before I started Babylon Grey, like friends around me would tell me how much they liked the product, and then I thought, oh, it would be amazing to help more people and also to educate them at the same time. So yeah, so that's the three main reasons why I started Babylon Grey. And by the way, when I started Babylon Grey, I never intended it to be just a all natural handmade soap. That is why whoever asked where did I get the name from, thank you so much for asking me that, because like I said, I never intended it to be a all natural handmade soap. So I didn't want the name to be associated with skincare. I didn't want the name to be associated with soap or anything. And so yeah, before I officially started Babylon Grey, hola. Before I officially started Babylon Grey, I was like, oh, I have all these products. I don't know like what I should name it for. So then I prayed about it. I also then went on research about the history about soap making. And guess what? The soap making started in the ancient city, Babylon. And when I saw the word, I was like, wow, I love that name. And then I went on and researched about the word Babylon. And so the word also has another meaning, which is gates of gods. And as a person who believes in God and higher power, when I saw that meaning, I instantly fell in love with the word. So I know Babylon, that word in Bible, doesn't have a good reputation in the Bible, but then it actually has another meaning. So the city Babylon is actually known for its learning and culture. So the more I look into the word Babylon, the more I fell in love with it. So yeah, I decided to choose to keep the word Babylon. And gray, because I personally like the color gray. I normally wear neutral color clothing. It's just easier to match. You can wear amazing earrings and your clothes wouldn't, go against it or whatever. So yeah, I have a lot of gray clothing. Actually, I think I have a lot of white clothing as well. But because I don't really bleach my clothes, so I guess the more I wear them, they just go gray. So anyways, so that's how the name came from, Babylon Gray. And another thing that I want to mention is that, like I said before, when I started Babylon Gray, I never intended it to just be all natural handmade soap. So basically, I'm sharing me with everyone. And that is why there is a self-development course coming, so please stay tuned. But I don't want to get off topic here. So yeah, that's the two most asked questions. Why did I start Babylon Gray? And how did I get the name? So yeah, thank you so much for asking me that. Another question that I get asked a lot was, why did I start the funterview series? Thank you again for asking me that, because I remember it so clearly. So I recently have to move interstate. So I was living in Melbourne and now I'm in Brisbane. The main reason why I had to move interstate was because I was buying a house. And so yeah, anyways, long story short, I then moved to Brisbane, and that was in early March. And early March was at the time where Australia is getting a bit cray. So people were fighting over the toilet paper, not a lot of food on the display in the shopping center. You could just feel like this fear, this anxiety, there's all this uncertainty in the air. Like when I went to do grocery shopping, I could just feel that in the complex. I could feel that in between people, when you walk past by people, you can just feel how uncertain they feel. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do something. I told myself, I was like, I need to do something to help out. Hi. And then, so yeah, I was like, I was praying about it to be like, what can I do to help out? And I remember it so clearly. It was on the 23rd of March, and it was about like 10:30 at night. This idea came to me. I was like, why don't I spread, positivity through video format? And that was it. So I have always wanted to do face-to-face interview with people, because I am very curious to get to know people and want to make connections. And because of the circumstance, I thought, doing a video interview is like perfect. So you can ask my partner or Delaney from Dope Floral how much I, want to interview people. So Delaney was actually the very first person that I texted when this idea came to me, because when I met her, I told her how much I want to do this face-to-face interview. And I said to her, if I ever do that, she's gonna be my very first guest. And she was. So she was my very first guest on funterview. Go check it out. So thank you so much, Delaney, for being part of this. Actually, while we're here, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been on here, and thank you to those people who are coming on. I just want to say thank you for sharing your story and for inspiring other people, and for continue on to inspire more people with your story and your service. I honestly really appreciate your time. So yeah, thank you. And so I combined my own interest, which is, getting to know people, and also wanting to help out, with wanting to spread more inspiring messages instead of fearful messages. So I combined those two together, and that's how funterview started. Yeah, I hope that was an interesting insight. So please do feel free to pop any questions if you have any. So that was the top 3 questions that I get asked the most. Yeah, starting the funterview honestly really helped, I guess, me too, because the media was spreading so much fear, and I hope that funterview has helped you and gave you a space where you can listen to great stories and, inspiring stuff instead of feeling fearful and uncertain. But don't get me wrong, I totally get it that we need to know what's going on. But still, sometimes what we listen, what we look at, and etc. will affect our emotions. And by the way, this is something that you will get to learn about in the self-development course. Yeah. So I also realized that while I'm doing this, the funterview part, I realized that not everyone is as optimistic and have positive thinking. And I also realized that a lot of people can't understand about self-worth and self-love. So I am super excited to share this journey with more people. So yeah, continue watching this space, because the self-development course is coming shortly. Alright, another question that I get asked a lot is, how have I been dealing with COVID? So how have I been dealing with COVID? I don't know if you can tell, I have been dealing with it very optimistically. But that's just the person I am, though. I am affected by it, like everyone else. And everyone is affected by it in all different ways. So yeah, like I said, I had to move interstate. I'm doing long distance with my fiance. I couldn't get my contract extended because of COVID. I couldn't buy the house anymore. I had to move 3 times in a short span of 7 weeks. It was crazy. So yeah, I am affected by it. But you know what? I got up and, forge on and look at the solutions, find positivity. I am a human after all, with emotions, and of course, all these challenges and emotions did hit me. I did cry, but I got up and kept on going. And because I believe that what you focus on is what you receive. So I have never really focused on, worries, and I always look at challenges as an opportunity to grow. Yeah. Thank you so much for asking me how I have been dealing with COVID, by the way. And someone just asked what other exciting news we can expect from Babylon Grey in the coming future. Thank you so much for asking me that. I will answer that after I have finished answering the COVID, how I've been dealing with COVID, because I just want to say I am dealing with it with optimistic mindset, and I know everyone can, and I know that everyone can not let the worry run their life. So again, this is something that you will be able to learn in the self-development course. So what exciting news? Actually, I'll answer that in a few seconds, because a lot of people also ask me what are my 5-year goal plan, and what is the ultimate vision for Babylon Grey. So I'm gonna combine all those things together. And another thing that someone has asked me is how have I been adapting to the new norm, which is, I guess, the social distancing and needing to stay home, I guess. So how have I been adapting myself to that? Well, to be honest, very well. I don't know, like, I haven't got affected much by it. I actually feel like I am closer to my loved ones, my friends, and my family. The only struggle that I have is the physical touch. So I'm a very touchy person. So at first, I honestly struggled with it, but thankfully for my favorite yoga teacher, Wendy, she taught me a few techniques, and it has helped me a lot. So if you would like to learn about those techniques, please go check out the interview after this. By the way, I feel like in order to grow as a human, we need to learn from these hard times, and to learn how to catch those curveballs that life throws at us. So it's important to do all these self-growth things. Like, if you just keep on throwing the pity party and be like, oh, how terrible the situation is, or wanting others to feel sorry for you, then really, like, how are you gonna grow from that? And that's life. Like, we are just continuing to grow, isn't it? And the reason why I said we need to catch those curveballs that life throws at us, because yes, you need to catch them, because if you dodge those curveballs, it will keep coming back. You will be all bruised up, instead of, being fine and be like, okay, I got this. So if you're interested in learning how to catch all those curveballs, again, watch this space because you will learn all about that in a self-development course. Okay, so I would say there is some time for the question that someone asked. And the question that I always get asked is, what is the 5-year goal for Babylon Grey? So again, thank you so much for being interested in what is coming at Babylon Grey. The 5-year goal and the ultimate vision. So I would say you can expect self-development course. You can expect the funterview to continue on. The 5-year goal, I would say by 2025 or 26, I would have empowered a lot more people on self-love, self-worth, help them find their own control of their life, for their life. By 2025 or 26, there will be other courses other than the self-worth, self-love. There will be maybe fitness, nutrition, and hopefully, I know it will happen. I would hire 3 full-time employees that would help me spread more love about, this type of stuff. And I would also have merchandise for you guys. It'll be like organic bamboo sleepwear, or hoodies, or t-shirts. And on there will be empowerment quotes and inspiring stuff. So whenever you look in the mirror, whenever you go out, you are not just empowering yourself, you're also inspiring other people that are seeing these quotes, because you honestly don't know how it's gonna affect other people. And by 2025 or 26, I would have connected with a lot more people, not just in Australia or Taiwan, where I'm from, but with a lot more people around the world. By 2025 and 26, I would have helped those developing countries to empower the people with the course, whether with the products. Those people who don't have internet, I would love to connect with them. So probably volunteering as well. Yeah, so that would be that's what I can think of for the 5-year plan. And the ultimate goal really is just continue to help people realize their own power, to continue to help people to, whether, no matter where you're from, no matter gender or the color of your skin, doesn't matter. I just want to continue to help people. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the self-development course is coming and the funterview series will continue on. So please continue to watch this space. Is there any more questions? If not, then maybe I can finish it with the last question that I always ask my interviewees, which is, I think that we can help each other out. How can we help each other out right now? How can we help each other out right now? I just realized that is a very vague question, because in what regard? Okay, but I think in general, how can we help each other out is start reflecting. Why do I say that? It's because when you self-reflect, you will be less judgmental. You will have more understanding. You will know about yourself more, want to connect with other people. You want to work collaboratively instead of just some selfish desire. Yeah, I feel like that is a good point. You know what? Start reflecting. In general, how can we help each other out? Start reflecting. And, reflect on what kind of impact that you have made. Good or bad, doesn't matter. Just start reflecting. And think about what kind of impact you want to have in the world in the future. We all have an opportunity to create a difference, big or small. Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's how I feel. And alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, thank you so much for wanting to know my story. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything. Alright, well, I love you all, and thank you again, and I will see you next time. Remember, you're amazing and you are not alone. See ya! Did you guys enjoy my story? I hope you have enjoyed it. I realized that I didn't tell you, what I was studying and all that stuff, but I don't know if you guys were interested because I never got those questions. But if you were curious, I study graphic design, I study communication design, and so yeah, my background is actually design. But yeah, I just hope that you enjoy it, and please don't underestimate your own story, because you are wonderful and people will connect with you. And we are all meant to be here to do amazing things, and so don't underestimate the small, you think that is small, the small little amazing thing can have a big impact. So yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed it, and please don't forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up button if you have loved it. Share it with someone if you think that they will enjoy, but you know, you never know what they're going through, so share with them anyways. Like I mentioned, you know, in the interview of myself, that a self-development course is coming, so please keep watching. If you do follow me on Babylon Grey, you would have already been seeing all these free courses. I wouldn't say courses, free tips about, you know, self-growth, overcoming fear, the self-talk, how to find the right partner, and etc. So please do follow me on Babylon Grey on Instagram or Facebook if you haven't. And if you own a business and you want to find ways to grow it, I would recommend you to check out this interview over here. I did an interview with Emily Cohen and it was amazing, and I think that a lot of people would love it, especially if you own a business. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.